There it goes. And we're live. Go.
Welcome, Nerd fans, to the latest S&M production of the Sunday Night Sports Nerd Show. It is the most absurd 90 minutes of anything goes, smack talk, and a whole lot more. Every Sunday night, the sports nerd joins forces with his maniac co-host, whom are a select group of sports nerds with attitude that are known in Nerd Nation as the Ram Pack. These are four of the most foul-mouthed, shit-talking nerds, spitting some sick rips and rants, just enough to make you piss your pants. So listen up, Nerd Nation. Rise and welcome the legend himself. He is the founder, he is the host, and he is the star of the Sports Nerd Show. Coming to you live, straight out of Lakeland, Florida, Scott, the Sports Nerd. Right.
What's going on, fellas? How we doing?
It's football season. How we supposed to be doing?
Exactly. Little side note, technical difficulty. I am not able to get the stream on the public group. For some reason, it didn't work. So we're in the private group, just to give you a heads up. Hang on a second. I got to get there.
Switch over there.
I got to find the damn group. Where the hell?
Oh, by the way, we're having lightning and thunder down here in my area. So if my shit goes out, you know why.
Okay. All right. No problem. Come on. Let me get there. Damn it. Anyway, let's get going with the Tonight Show. We're going to fly by the seat of our pants this week because we do not have a rundown. There it goes. There I am. Okay. So
we don't need no stinking rundown.
You don't need no stinking rundown. This week won the NFL. What do you think, John?
I'm not saying a word.
Not saying a word.
Hey, he's got a reason to remain silent.
Touchdown, Kansas City. Yeah, man. As you can tell from my background, I'll get into it in a bit, but let's just do your thing. Just talk about how much you love the Browns and all that crack. And
but they're losing now. Let's talk about that.
This is why I'm wearing a shirt in honor of my good team today. So, you know, I got one good team. You know what pisses me off? You know what grinds my gears, Scott?
What grinds your gears, John?
All off season, you look forward to this. As a football fan, you listen to all the podcasts, you read all the Twitter, the articles, you're so excited. You get it in your head. Oh, we're Super Bowl favorites.
And then you jump on the hype train.
You jump on the hype train. You get ready. You're excited. It's the return of Bill's Mafia to Orchard Park. Full stadium.
Dinner got canceled.
Then it got canceled by the cancel culture. So, yeah. Anyways, that's what grinds my gears.
All we found out today, all that we found out today is Pittsburgh might suck, but that defense is still legit.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Because they suffocated the Bills all day long.
Yeah, all right. I shared it I shared the private.
So where are we? We have two people watching on the private one. Where are we now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're on the private group. Eliot hasn't deleted yet. I'm trying to. I need to fix it at Restream. So it's.
Well, you should have told me. I would have taken it down.
I need to figure out how to get it set up.
That's okay. We're not going to
just delete the old group.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. I was just waiting for everybody to get
import all the members.
I want to make sure everybody got the message to transition over to the other.
Right. So, but we're still live on Periscope. We're still live on Twitch.
I'll just take it down this week, and we won't have that problem next week.
But the one that you went live on Facebook, Brett's there. Is that the one I should be looking at, or should I be?
That's the one you should be looking at. Yeah, it's the private group. Yes,
it's the private group, right?
Gotcha.
This will be the last broadcast in the private group page.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete it and add the new one.
The accidental private group page, by the way.
Yeah, that was yeah. You weren't supposed to do that, Eliot.
Hey, you know what? I will take full fucking responsibility. Okay.
I
totally screwed up.
If you went out.
Yep.
But you know what? I fixed it in
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
pretty quick fashion.
Yep. Brett asks, they say how serious Fitzmagic injury is. It's pretty serious.
They'll know tomorrow.
They'll know tomorrow after MRI. It's a hip injury. They say it's pretty serious, so he may be down for a while. And the rookie's going to take over, I guess.
Yeah, it looks like you're going to have to get used to drinking Heinekens in Washington right now.
Oh, my gosh. The dumbass Patriots.
Yeah, but you'd rather see a tie in this game than anybody win, right, John?
Oh, dude, out of the three teams, I hate Miami the least. So
Okay.
If it's anybody playing the Patriots, I'm cheering for the other team. Even if it was the Jets, I'm cheering for the Jets. But it's the pecking order of Patriots, Devils team, and then
and the weirdness that has
Let me tell you something, John. If you knew the Dolphins fans like I know them, you would change your attitude in a hurry because they can be obnoxious.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are. They are. But
Extremely
there's nothing more insufferable than Patriots fans. Like, they're just the worst. And imagine if they would win this week, the smack talk about how they're back on top of the AFC East.
I know.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
So
look, this season's already off to the wrong foot kind of start. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
it's nuts.
The Cincinnati Bengals are currently in first place.
Yes.
Okay.
Tied with Pittsburgh.
I don't say it all. And we predicted that Pittsburgh and Cincinnati would finish bottom 2 this year.
Yeah, 3-4. Yeah, and they're going to be leading the division if the scores
They're
hold
going
up.
to be 1-2 by the time the night is out.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow night.
Brett. The Fitzpatrick's injury is a hip subluxation. So he'll have
that's not good.
He'll have an MRI tomorrow.
Subluxation, that's not good. That's like an orbital bone. You know what I mean? The AC joint.
Yeah.
That shit. No, that's the same equivalent of the AC joint.
Yeah, he won't be able to walk for a long time.
Yeah, he's gonna be out for a while.
Tua, are you that?
Oh, he slid too soon.
Yeah, he did. Coming back though.
It was interesting to see all the quarterbacks hooking up with the rookie wide receivers today, like Chase, Jamar Chase.
Well, there was that.
Devontae Smith.
The kid from Cincinnati. There was any doubt he could catch the ball. He alleviated all those doubts today.
Well, yeah,
he had a monster.
I think he was just bullshitting with people. Yeah, I think he was just pulling people's legs when he said that shit. You know, but him and who was the other one? Devontae Smith.
Waddle was having a good day today.
Waddle, yeah. Those rookie wide receivers are money, man. Especially the ones coming out, the ones that just came out.
I am curious about something, Scott.
What?
What was your take on Harrison's ejection in the first quarter?
Well, you know what? First of all, he didn't step on the player on purpose. He was
trying to get away.
He was sandwiched between two other players. Number one.
Right.
Number two, the coach on the sidelines pushed him first.
Yeah,
Yes.
but you always know
it's
the retaliatory move.
Yeah, it's always a retaliatory move that's going to get you.
Yeah.
Going to get you.
Was that Bieniemy?
And as a player, you never put your hands on a coach. That gets you done. Period.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no argument around that.
It's a gray area. I mean, you can tell me I'm being biased about it, but I don't know.
But there's no gray area. You touch a fucking coach, you're out the fucking game. Period.
Yeah. I was wondering, was that Bieniemy he got into it with?
I don't think so. I think it was one of the position coaches.
No, it was somebody else. With glasses, skinnier than.
Bieniemy's a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Okay. No, you're right.
Bieniemy would have knocked the fucker out, but
yeah, you would have.
The other guy looked like he was scared when he was trying to push him off. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't one of those things that were threatening anybody. But let's run down we all seen games today, right?
Yeah, we saw, and let's start with Thursday night because Ken's here. Tampa beat Dallas 31-29.
Can we say before we get into the Dallas thing, let me just say I gotta clap for Dak, man.
Yeah.
Like,
oh no, Dak, yeah, I told you guys,
man.
Yeah.
Dak's
Balled
going to
out.
be the top fantasy quarterback this year.
He
Because
will
the way his
be- he
Deke
will
is
be-
running, he's going to have to throw 50 times a game anyway.
Dak will be comeback player of the year if nothing else.
Oh, yeah.
He will
Yeah,
be
man.
comeback player of
Yeah,
the year.
that
without a doubt.
was nice to watch. You know,
Yeah.
It was good
I
to
felt for
watch.
Ken though the whole game. but-
We had our chances. I mean, the missed extra point and the missed field goal.
Look, you had
Someone
missed
is
extra
supposed to
point,
have
missed
long
field
range.
goal, and 4 opportunities that for touchdowns
We could
that
have
you
easily
only
won that
converted
game.
field goals on.
The
It should have never came
non-call-
down. It should have never came down to that arm extension play.
Yeah, no, the
Because
non-call.
you guys should have beat them already.
Yeah, I'll
know,
totally agree with that.
If you take 2 of those field goals and turn them into touchdowns,
Mm-hmm.
Tampa's not even in the game.
The
Right.
blowout. Yep.
Yep.
Blowout.
You know what I'm saying? So blowing opportunities is what cost Cowboys the game.
Yeah.
And honestly,
To be honest-
Ken, with all due respect, I know how you reacted to that thing I put up about the catch or the non-interference call. But since that one playoff game where the referee did a no call
Mhm.
in the game against New Orleans, when the guy got tackled in midair,
Oh yeah.
okay, and they didn't make that call, all right. Ever since then, I'm like, you know what? There's no sense arguing whether they made the right call or not, because they're usually not going to make the right call.
Yeah.
So,
And they're
but
not
you
gonna
got to
change
deal
their
with it.
mind either.
You
Was
gotta
it a
move
push
on.
off? You guys think it was a push off?
I don't know. I can't say for sure if it was or not.
It was without a doubt.
It looked like a momentum
yeah,
thing
if-
where his
if-
arm was out, but
If I'm a Dallas fan, it's a push up.
of course, just like
Yeah.
just like all the Dallas fans thought that Des Bryant made that catch in Green Bay.
He did make the
You know what I'm saying? It was the same thing.
That was a touch.
Hey, Jamal.
Okay.
Nobody says nothing
do
about
some-
Dallas, how Dallas got to that Green Bay game
Right.
by Detroit getting ripped off in the game before that.
Well,
Okay.
Detroit ripped us off before. So
They should have got eliminated by Detroit, and the referees bullshit fucked up Detroit.
let me give you some letter grades. Quarterback, I give Dak an A because he had a phenomenal game,
A
especially
plus. A
mobile.
plus.
I'm not going to say A plus. I'll give him
I
an
give him A
because
plus because considering he
the
had no
two-
running game,
the two interceptions he threw were pretty bad. But,
he had no running
I'll
game.
definitely
And he
give
was,
him an A. Running back, Zeke, I'll give him an incomplete because we were going against the best running defense in the league, and he was having absolutely no success whatsoever. They pretty much abandoned the running game, and that's
I don't
the
know.
only,
Tony
the
Pollard
only
did
real
pretty good.
thing that I was impressed with as far as the running game was the fact that they lined him up at fullback for the touchdown. So that was pretty interesting. But receivers had a phenomenal game. Mark Cooper and CeeDee Lamb were both incredible.
Yep.
Michael
Defense,
Gallup didn't have a great game.
Gallup may be out for a while. We don't know yet. So he
That
gets
kid,
pretty
Ced
much
Wilson,
incomplete,
though,
too.
that's Cedric Wilson. That kid,
Cedric Wilson had a pretty
he caught
remarkable
some
game.
passes.
First game, yeah. Defense, we pretty much shut the running game down. Brady got hot, and you know what he's going to do. Secondary looked pretty good. We picked him off 2 or 3 times, and those are pretty clear interceptions. That's the best they've looked in quite a while, except for the blown pass coverage. We still don't have anybody cover Gronk, but we're not alone in that department. Kicking game, hot and cold. We had the nice kick for the game, the lead, but the two missed extra point and field goal that cost us the game. Coaching, I give a D because Mike McCarthy is the worst
Dipshit.
game manager I have ever seen. He was as bad. He's as bad now as he was in Green Bay, and to be honest with you, I see nothing. I don't understand what Jerry sees in Mike McCarthy.
He might see him as Melissa McCarthy. think he's
Yeah.
Well, the same thing you saw in Bill
Charlie
Parcells.
McCarthy.
Like he saw the Super Bowl ring, and that's what it was.
Well, he did next to nothing to earn that. That was Aaron Rodgers that earned him that.
Right.
But I can't be totally unhappy. Well, I would rather have won, but I cannot be totally unhappy with the result because we gave him a hell of a lot closer than a lot.
Well, you
of
took
people
the Super
Yeah,
Bowl champs.
hey,
You took the Super
we
Bowl
took them-
champs to distance because it took a last second field goal to win that
That's
game.
right.
you gave it the good old college try, just like Ohio
right.
State tried to yesterday.
Oh God, Eliot, stop. I know
Well,
Ken enjoyed every minute of that game yesterday. I know he did.
Yes, he did.
Dude, when they sent me that,
Yeah.
Brown's just sitting there
We'll see.
shaking his head, going, "No, you guys."
Not saying a word about that
College
shit. I'll get Katie on my side
we'll
here.
see
man.
how we
Don't worry.
look. We'll know more when we play the Chargers next week in LA. But I'm not totally unhappy with it. It was I'm glad we got a hell of a lot closer than Kansas City did. So
Very true. At least you
Yeah,
scored
but-
touchdowns against the Bucks. And
yeah,
Kansas City
we
couldn't.
did. So
well, in defense of Kansas City, they had two of their offensive line guys out. So
Very
yeah,
true.
That's true. But so did we.
the two
So
top linemen on the offensive line were down. So.
we had our number one offensive lineman out. So
Plus, they figured out how to suffocate Patrick Mahomes. That's all they did.
Um,
Devin
Katie.
White was on his ass all night.
I mean, Dak. He was 42-58 for 403 yards, 3 touchdowns, just 1 pick. Zeke only ran for 33 yards on 11 carries. Pollard only had 3.
Well, that
carries.
tells you a lot right there. How many
Yeah.
times did Dak throw?
58 times.
58 times. How many times
Katie.
did Zeke touch the ball?
11.
11.
That's
Plus
a
other receptions he had.
disparity. That's a disparity.
No,
honestly, that's a
that was-
disparity that has no winning ending to it.
Right.
No,
and they had a
that was-
total of 14 runs, counting Pollard's
If they don't
run.
learn how to
Yeah,
balance
that was-
that shit out,
They tapped out on the running
not doing
game.
that.
I mean, they knew there was no way they're going to be able to run against us.
but they did that
Well, I
last
mean,
year
the
too. They
Bucs-
kind of tapped out on the running game and let Dak throw the ball all over the place.
Yeah,
Hi, Katie.
but
I mean, it looks great.
I
Dak running
feel
around,
your
throwing the
pain.
ball, going crazy and whatnot. But is he maybe hurting the nucleus of the team by concentrating strictly on throwing the ball all the time? They become one-dimensional.
I don't think so. You have to take who you're playing in consideration. I mean, the Chargers are not going to be that as good as the Broncos were. So,
For the Bucks.
I mean, the Bucks. So we'll look better on the running
Oh,
game.
with all that, the Bucks got me 2 points in fantasy in
Yeah.
regular leagues. So,
Hi, Katie.
but then again, Dallas didn't do too well on defense either. So, and Zerline, come on, this dude's getting paid more than Lamar Jackson right now, and he's missing field goals.
Breaking the leg didn't come through. It should have come through.
Young
Yeah.
Jeezy.
That missing the field goal was horrible.
And the extra point too.
Completely, and we had an extra point too. But
That's 4 points. See, they would have been up 6, and Tampa would have had to score a touchdown.
Oh, Katie, I'm okay.
Whoa, Clowney and Garrett.
Better question
quarterback.
is-
Oh man. That's
Better
great.
question is how's Katie after that Green Bay trouncing today?
That was a trouncing.
I bet we can imagine.
I mean, Jameis Winston
not-
looked like
I have not seen the Red Sox score, so I hope they won today for her sake and
Jason.
mine.
I mean, what's his name? Jameis Winston looked like Drew Brees today.
10 years ago.
Yeah. You see that the pictures I posted of Drew Brees today?
No.
He's been hitting the row game. He got that ball spot filled out a little bit.
Oh, good. Great. Wow. Jackass gets a touchdown instead of giving it to Saquon.
Right.
So Tampa wins the game. They're 1-0. Cowboys Cowboys got nothing to be ashamed of. They got plenty to look forward to, especially since they'll probably win the NFC least by default. because everybody else in that division sucks, except for maybe
I'll
Washington.
take it. We've won that way before, so I'll take it.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I think we can go 10-7 or 11-6. That'll win it. So.
That division?
Yeah.
Well, and again,
9-8 will win that division.
no, I don't know if it's going to be that.
Oh, I
bad.
know,
mean,
but-
you know what? After what Dallas put up on Thursday night, I think Dallas is a lot better than what we think they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't think it's going to be, that division is going to be as bad as it was last year. I think I mean, especially what Philadelphia did today against Atlanta, the Redskins, even though they lost the Chargers, they played pretty decently. But the problem with the Redskins, the Washington football team is they lost their starting quarterback today, so that's going to be an issue. All right, they got to go to that kid that they played.
Not necessarily. Heineke can step in there and do a good job. You know what I'm saying? Washington played the way they were supposed to, and they lost because of the deficiency that they have.
Yeah.
Okay. They stayed in the game because of their defense, because ultimately that's what wins games for Washington right now.
Yeah.
Okay. And as far as on the offense, Heineke's just going to have to step up and do what he did in the playoffs last year, where he almost eliminated the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Correct.
That would have derailed the whole Super Bowl thing.
Yes.
You know, so it went as predicted. Washington lost a close game to a team who has a slightly better offensive chemistry. You know, and even Herbert looked like shit today. So.
Right. Okay. So we go on to the Sunday games. Jacksonville loses to Houston.
Well, it's Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know.
It's still Jacksonville.
Tyrod Taylor.
They lost
Tyrod.
Put on a show today, gentlemen.
Tyrod. Yeah.
Not
Tyrod. Yes. Tyrod.
Get it right. It's Tyrod. Just like it's Terrell. Not Terrell.
Yeah. I love me some Taylor, man. So
he was 21 to 33 for almost 300 yards. He had 2 touchdown passes. Mark Ingram with 85 yards on the ground.
QB9 in fantasy was Tyrod Taylor today.
Tyrod
Taylor.
Trevor Lawrence, 28 of 51 for 332, 3 touchdowns, but he also had 3 picks.
Yeah, he had matching picks.
So he Jameis Winstoned it.
Old Jameis, yes. Old Jameis.
Not new Jameis. New Jameis is new, right?
Old Jameis before Jameis got his eyes fixed.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what? This is as a stat. This is the first regular season game that Lawrence has lost in his career since high school. So
wow.
Yeah, regular season game, because he's lost in the college playoffs, but regular season games, yes.
Yeah. In his entire life.
Yes.
Remarkable.
Yes.
Either that or he played against a bunch of scrubs.
Well, he played for Clemson.
Not a Clemson, he didn't.
He did beat Alabama, so yeah, you can't say that.
No, I'm talking about in high school and college. High school.
No.
But I mean, everybody thought the Texans were going to be so bad and disorganized, and then they granted it was the Jaguars.
It's the Jaguars.
I know.
Please quit it.
To be honest, I saw Houston in the preseason. I did that game, and that's why I took Houston. I suspected there was going to be something that would turn their. I mean, it's not going to be a permanent turnaround, but something that made me think, yeah, they're going to beat Jacksonville. So
you got to take into consideration that with all his bad luck, Tyrod Taylor is still a veteran quarterback in this NFL.
yes, he is.
Okay, and Trevor Lawrence is not. Trevor Lawrence played a great game, stands to 3 interceptions.
Just keep him away from the team doctor; he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Or keep the team doctor away from him.
Exactly.
Oh, pick. Have a seat, Baker.
Oh. That'll do
Yeah,
it.
Might be the game right
Hey.
there.
Hey, Mister Two Vaccines, there. You okay? You're coughing up a lung there. COVID. You all right?
Yeah, it's called chronic weed, dude.
Oh, gotcha. Lucky on that one. Oh, that was hilarious. Oh, Baker, tossing it up like he's a rookie. Look at this.
And that's
So
the
so
game.
officially, I'm the only one that had the winning team today, right?
Yeah,
Or in
Looks
week
like
one?
yeah.
In week one? Barely.
That one was barely, yeah.
I mean, it was in the
Look
in the
at
bag.
look at him crying on the.
You know that Yahoo had Detroit favored in that game?
What's that?
Don't ask me why, but they did.
Because
Yeah,
they're
dude.
Yahoos. That's
Who was favored in that game?
San Francisco, of course.
Oh,
Detroit was
Who's ever going to
blown
favor
out
Detroit
halftime.
over anybody besides Yahoo?
Jared Goff. Like, jeez.
Dude,
looked-
Jared Goff was the number 4 fantasy quarterback today.
because he was playing
Wow.
catch up the whole freaking game.
Exactly.
They
And
were
that's
down.
he's
What they
gonna
were
be
down?
doing.
What 28?
That's
to
what
10 at
he's
one
going to
point?
be doing all season, which makes him a very dangerous fantasy quarterback, if you ask me.
Yes,
Oh,
KD
by the
was
way,
Yahoo.
Carson Wentz is
Yahoo
in midseason
pro pick
form,
him.
by the way.
Wentz. Carson Wentz.
Wentz.
Yes.
That's what he does. He winces.
Mm.
Speaking of which, Seattle goes into Indy and gets away with a win.
That was an ass whooping.
Yes, it was. It was the score. I mean, Seattle just pounded them all game long.
Once again, Carson Wentz, dude.
Well,
Russell looked very good.
Dude, Tyler Lockett looked really good.
Wentz was 25 of 38 for 251. He had 2 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, it wasn't a bad game.
Ooh.
But who do they throw to? Because T.Y. is hurt, isn't he, or something?
Yes.
Or was he
Oh,
playing?
he's out.
Yeah.
He's on the IR.
So who do they
Jonathan
throw
Taylor,
to?
Naheem Hines,
They
Zach
got Michael
Pascal.
They got Michael Pittman,
Michael
Zach
Pittman.
Pascal. They got Mo Ali Cox at tight end,
Right.
Jack Doyle.
Jack Doyle.
What's the
And then
Monday
they
night
got
game?
Hines, Marlon Mack, and Jonathan Taylor.
Tomorrow night is Baltimore and Vegas.
Baltimore
Right.
and Las Vegas.
Okay.
Tonight is
Tonight's the Rams, right?
tonight's the
Chicago.
Rams and the Bears. Yes,
Rams and
so
Bears.
far.
Yeah. Rams
All right.
and Bears.
Well,
First-
I mean,
First legit
know.
game at SoFi.
it is what it is with this damn first week. But congratulations to Eliot for having the only winning team out of the 4 of us.
On the panel.
So much
And
for
you
your
know what?
stellar defense, Mr. Scott Wright, with your amazing we're gonna lock everyone down
I
defense.
never said that. I never said
man.
that.
Yeah, we got a lockdown defense now.
I don't
never
know,
said
man.
that. I never
You
said
were
that.
always talking about, we got Jadavian County and
Well, the
Myles
defense is going to be
Garrett
better
now.
than it was last year. The
I
defense
think
is
we
going to be
just said
better.
that probably
we
about
went and
5
got
minutes ago.
John
Like,
Johnson,
look at Garrett.
And we got Hill, and we got the rest of these guys. And on paper, we're fucking everybody up this year.
Oh, I know.
Except Kansas City.
I knows he.
Yes, yeah, good. Big shout out to Mike Dell. Yeah, Mike, that I saw you mention that in Discord today about that stupid roughing the passer call that they gave the Patriots. It's so bogus, man. But it's the
Oh,
Patriots.
did you see the one that they gave New Orleans?
Yeah, that was terrible.
Oh,
that was terrible.
Do we get to talk about the Bills yet? And that awful call? But no, not yet. No,
we
we're still on.
we figure we saved the best for you.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll take our time. We'll take our time. I'm loading up. I got plenty of
You
ammo.
have the most to bloviate about, so we're
Oh, I got lots to just freak out about. But it is what it is. Okay.
we're just gonna take it one game at a time. All right.
Russell Wilson had a get. I mean, he didn't. I mean, Wentz threw for as many yards as Wilson did, but Wilson actually had 4 touchdowns instead of 2.
And Russell Wilson's a real quarterback.
And Tyler Lockett is a freaking beast.
Dude,
Yes, he is.
100 yards, 9 receptions.
4 receptions. 4 receptions for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, there you go. 2 touchdowns.
Okay.
Guys,
5 targets, 4 receptions, and 100 yards.
But you know what? When I was listening,
It's coming, Katie. Don't worry.
when I was listening to fantasy prognostications, they kept saying that DK Metcalf is great. He's
Using a
he's
DJ
got
Metcalf green
upside.
hair.
But when it comes to the red zone and touchdown targets, the bulk of those go to Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It don't matter who DK Metcalf is.
Right.
In the end, it don't matter who DK Metcalf is.
Right.
In the end, Russell Wilson is looking for Tyler Lockett.
Yep. Yep.
And he proved that again today.
Yep.
Tyler Lockett, man. Fuck. He had 4 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 26 fantasy points.
Yep.
That's a good game. That's a really good game.
He's going to be a WR1 this year.
But look how weird this is. Freaking Corey Davis, number 5. Really? He was better than DeAndre Hopkins? On what planet?
Speaking of DeAndre Hopkins, Cardinals just went crazy today.
Dude, they crushed Tennessee. They shut down Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry did
overrated.
Derrick Henry's overrated, do you think?
I totally agree. I totally think he's overrated.
Dude, what do you have, like 12 yards or something like that?
If you can lock him, and you see it, you saw it last season. If game plan set around shutting him down,
then he
doesn't get big freaking games.
The Browns, with that bad defense, shut him down last year when they played.
Because they played to him. Same with the Bills played. Yeah, we lost the game, but he only had like 60 yards against us.
Yeah.
Because when you set the game up, because he's not going to catch it.
Nope.
And I'm sorry, but Julio Jones made no difference.
No, he didn't.
Okay. 1.9.
It's one-dimensional.
Of course.
Julio
He's
had
totally
3
one-dimensional.
catches. Julio had 3 catches for 29 yards today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the guy that was going to light it up with A.J. Brown, although A.J. Brown did have a touchdown today. Okay. But look, let's get real. Julio Jones is older than he used to be. He lost that step already. And I'm sorry, but he's no longer in that position where he's the number 1 guy by a mile. You see how Calvin Ridley kind of took that from him? And Calvin Ridley did. Everybody, Calvin Ridley's going to do this. He's going to do that. Calvin Ridley didn't do shit.
Okay, we got loudmouths in chat. I don't know who this Andrew Gonzalez guy is. The guy who called me.
That's my cousin.
The guy who called me a pussy on chat too, mind you. Okay, so you can go suck your woman. That's what you can do. He said Melvin Gordon is the worst fantasy player ever. Yeah, he had a freaking, like, they made him look like a freaking beast today. We just saw that play. Melvin Gordon had garbage time touchdowns. It's, come on, man.
As a
Melvin
matter
Gordon
of fact,
is the most overrated running back in fantasy history.
If Andrew Gonzalez is watching, I just got to tell him this. Okay, Melvin Gordon may suck, but he did better than James Robinson today. The guy that you wouldn't trade to me because you said Mike Evans is ass. Well, Mike Evans is ass this week because they focused on him and left Antonio Brown, Chris Godwin, and Rob Gronkowski.
Antonio Brown had a great game Thursday night.
There's going to be weeks where one of those other guys is not going to get the love. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But James Robinson on that Jaguars team with the receiving core that you have, dude, you might win this week, but long term, not happening.
Melvin Gordon
is one of the most.
I'm sorry. Melvin Gordon is one of the most overrated fantasy running backs in the history of fantasy football.
He's touchdown dependent.
Yes.
He's touchdown dependent.
Right.
Okay? And he busts shit open on broken plays.
Yes.
That's it.
He's a former
he
Brown,
got iced out of San Diego because of Austin Eckler, dude. Come on now.
Which is one of John's favorite running backs in fantasy.
So,
yeah, Eckler's amazing. Didn't he get like first touchdown of the season in Sunday football today? Like,
yes,
he was the first guy. That's what Red Zone was saying.
Hey,
but then again,
Gordon's good, but he's no fucking cowbell. Let's put it that way.
No. Gordon is not a good fantasy running back. I'm sorry.
The problem, this is my beef with Gordon. My biggest beef was a couple of years ago. Remember when he sat out and said like he's a premier running back and shit, and he was like this. But then he started taking points away from Eckler. That's what killed me. Yeah, and I don't even think I had Eckler on my team.
Eckler was just having an MVP season. He was having an MVP fantasy season.
Eckler was right, and then Buddy comes back and starts taking the ball away from Eckler. That's what kills me.
Vulturing his fucking snaps and his touchdowns. You know? It's crazy. But again, Melvin Gordon's never been that guy. The guy. On really any team. He was there, briefly for about 15 minutes with San Diego. He was kind of good.
Yes, Andrew Eckler is doing good already. Yes, he did. Just to give you an idea, let's go to the stat line of the Los Angeles Chargers against the Washington football team. Austin Eckler had 15 carries.
Washington.
Yeah, Eckler had 15 carries for 57 yards. He did have a touchdown,
which is under 4 yards a carry.
Correct, which is 3.8 yards a carry.
And he only had 11.7 fantasy points.
Right.
That is not doing good.
No.
For a guy that got picked in the first round, that's not doing good.
And Melvin Gordon is with Denver, who beat the Giants today.
Yeah, but he just had that one play. It was if that's it. Like it's anyone could be.
That's it. One play.
One play.
You take away that play, and he only has 31 yards rushing.
Correct.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And 13 less fantasy points.
He had 11 carries for 101 yards, but one play was like 70 yards. So I mean.
Yeah, and he got 13 fantasy points because it was a touchdown too.
Right.
Okay. He finished with 20.8, which means that 13 of them were all on that one play.
Right.
Otherwise, he would have finished in single digits.
Correct.
Is that somebody that plays good? I'm sorry, cousin, but you need to go back and check the definition of good.
What is the 0.8 Eliot?
I think you went to the wrong college. Huh?
You said 20.8?
20.8 is what he finished with.
Yeah, but
13 of them were on that last play where he ran 70 yards.
Yeah, but what does the 0.8 come from?
Oh, well, it comes from yards because it counts by decimal. So if you get a yard, it's 0.1.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he only had 7.8 points up until that point. So no, he wasn't having a great game. He got a lucky break and a touchdown that saved his ass in fantasy this week.
Right.
He ain't gonna do that every week. Because remember, these were the Giants too. And they're a mess all their own. Pardon my cousin. He knows not what he says. It's like I told him, man. Pussy,
you know what?
Pussies are people that don't trade or don't.
This is why they
you.
call the first Monday after the first week of the NFL season overreaction Monday, because the first week of the NFL season doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't. Matter of fact, you know what? The NFL season doesn't really start until the bye weeks.
Well, you know what? I think the NFL season starts with the first game in October, because I think the first month of the season can be considered the second preseason when these teams
are. That's the fourth week.
Together. Yeah,
the fourth week is the first week of bye weeks.
Yes,
so that would be the end of September.
Hi, Kim.
That would actually be the beginning of October.
Yeah. Beginning of October is when the season really starts getting in gear, when the teams have finally got their grooves going, and they start playing to what they're supposed to be playing at their potential. So, you
ain't gonna tell me that Green Bay
teams again. Mike makes a good point. Teams are still trying to settle in the first month. That's basically what it is, because not every team plays their starters during the preseason. And so they don't get the reps they need to get ready for game time for game situations. So
some don't even take a snap, dude. Some don't even, what's his name? I think Jalen Hurts. He never took a snap during.
Yeah, that's why to John's defense, don't worry about the Pittsburgh game. It's one game. It's the first game of the season, John. And
I'm sorry, but Pittsburgh has a very formidable defense.
He's more. You know what? Let's talk about the Buffalo game, because I know John has.
Yeah, let's do that.
Let's go to the Buffalo game. He has an issue with the play calling from the sidelines.
Isn't that your offensive coach that you said?
Yeah, it's our Brian Dable. We're so lucky to have him
head coach candidate.
Yeah, everyone was supposed to be the head coach. Everyone was going to get him to be the head coach for other teams this offseason.
Yes. So what are your thoughts on that game today, John? I mean, is it this the play calling? Is it time management? What is it?
You saw it from the get-go, man. There was just the play calling was really weird. It felt like the Buffalo Bills of 2 to 3 years ago, like just stupid, trying to be too cute, Like just not playing to your strengths. What's your strengths? Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
What's your strengths? Cole Beasley. What's your strengths? Gabe Davis. Like, you don't need to overcomplicate this shit. What's your strength? When it's 4th and 1, you have a 6'5" quarterback. Instead of trying to play some stupid swing pass to the outside and make it look all cute, quarterback sneak. This is not complicated shit. But Dable was trying to get too cute. So we survived the first half. We were up. Defense was looking great, even though the offense was kind of meh. Like, Allen didn't have a lousy game. It wasn't like he was playing like crap. They were just trying to get too cute. And then the freaking refs decided to show up. And I don't want to blame, because you know what? Like, it's the NFL officiating. It's garbage majority of the time. But we had a pick, and it would have been a pick 6. Tre'Davious White had this. We were still up like 10-3. We would have got probably a score that would have iced the game. That changed the entire game because they called some bogus freaking holding call where Tre'Davious didn't even touch the guy. Like, was it like completely, like, everyone was just like, how is that holding? Like, even the commentators were like, I didn't see it, but whatever.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
In the history of football, has there ever been a game where nobody complained about the referees?
Yeah, but see, no, this is the thing. Like, and I get it, and that's why I'm not putting it on the refs, because if you're gonna, there was a great tweet I saw. If you're gonna live or die by the refs officiating, you don't even deserve to win the game.
I lost faith in officiating after that interference no call in New Orleans game.
Right.
Yeah.
A few years
Minnesota,
back.
New Orleans. Yeah.
Yeah. That cost New Orleans a trip to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That shit was wrong because the guy tackled them in midair.
Before the ball was 2 yards away from him when that happened.
Look, if that wasn't interference, then nothing is interference.
Right.
So therefore, when you see these plays where there's a slight push and this and that, if they don't match up to that play, then there's really no room to fucking bitch about
and that's and it's just the consistency, right? That's all you want. So then,
and they are consistently bad.
But then, like, the next play, you see Chase Claypool literally dragging. He didn't even have the ball, so he's like blocking, but he's dragging the Buffalo Bills defender by the face mask, and no flag, like no flag at all.
I saw a couple plays today where they should have, and nobody called nothing. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I seen terrible calls all day long.
But the Bills played like doo-doo. They did. The play calling was awful.
Look, here's the thing. When you play bad enough to where you have to leave the results in the hands of the refs.
Exactly.
Then you don't deserve to win.
Exactly. And that's why I can't be like, oh, the refs. It's like, yeah, the refs suck, but the refs suck no matter what.
Yeah.
They're always going to suck.
Even when you win, they suck.
Yeah. Yeah, Katie, it's just, but see, all you want is consistency. Like, if you're going to call a ticky-tack play that basically swung momentum the Steelers' way, call the freaking Steelers for a hold.
I seen plays that should have been reversed today. I seen plays that should have been reversed on replay, where if Stevie Wonder looked at the tape, he would have called it the right way. Okay, and these guys did not have the ball, because I think that's what it all comes down to. They don't want to admit that they're fucking wrong. You see what I'm saying?
There was even this play where the defender takes down Josh Allen and he's on the ground and he gives Josh an elbow to the head while he's on top of him.
You know what was classic? You know, it was classic. Was it Geico or Allstate where the referees used to speak on the open mic? Wasn't that classic?
It was Allstate.
Thursday night when that referee got caught on an open mic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, right.
Trying to figure out what to call.
Yeah.
This is why you cannot
have a quarter to flip for the opening coin toss.
This is why you cannot drive yourself bonkers over missed calls by referees.
No, you can't. But I've done my sorrow. Feel sorry for me. So now we're gonna go with this pitcher for now. So
yeah, piss on the Patriots.
Yeah, I've changed the pitcher, pissing on the Patriots. So.
I knew that would come out eventually.
Yeah. Listen, like you said, it's week one. Would you have liked to get a win, especially with all the hype? Yeah, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If they're the team that everyone says they are, they'll bounce back. They'll get the win next week.
Exactly.
And all the ship is written, but I saw a lot of things that make me go, oh shit, we're back to the freaking Bills of 2 to 3 years ago.
Well, and the bottom
That's what
line
concerns
still,
me.
the bottom line still is that they have a substandard running game.
Well, Devin didn't play bad. Devin was
Yeah,
okay, but
he
they rely on the throwing
But
game.
he's not the guy. He's not.
Well,
that
Zach was a healthy scratch.
Mm.
guy. When
What the hell was it with that? I saw that. What happened with that?
I don't know, but Breida is shit. I don't know why we got him. We got rid of Antonio Williams, who should have been our third running back, but now we got Matt Breida, who can't
Well, it's
he goes backwards.
It's like the 49ers shocked a bunch of people today when they a healthy scratch on Trey Sermon. The rookie running back. They scratched him for some kid named Elijah Mitchell, and Elijah Mitchell ran for over 100 yards, had 16 plus fantasy points today.
Hey, the coaching staff knows more than us. We're just,
everybody
just fans,
everybody drafted Trey Sermon because they were ready for him to step in when Mostert got hurt.
Mostert got hurt. Yeah.
But that's Elijah Mitchell's spot. And I was watching Fantasy Now this morning, and what's his name? Who does Schefter?
Yeah.
Okay, he was talking about Elijah Mitchell. And he said, "You need to go pick up Elijah Mitchell." I said, "All right, I'll go pick him up.
Kenny Bingle.
I'll stash him."
Good.
Dude,
Cat Thomas.
He might be my starting He might be my starting running back.
Good.
He's on waivers for most of the leagues.
Bingle,
Right?
babe in the
Elijah
house.
Mitchell, he's not even he's not even a roster at
Congratulations,
1%.
Bingle Big.
Not even 1%. But he threw up 16 fantasy points today.
It's crazy.
He outscored Aaron Jones 4 times over.
Yeah, well, we poor Katie.
Oh,
Katie,
poor
I love
me.
you.
I got Devontae Adams. Poor me. Not
So did I. I got my first 2 picks were Adams and Jones, and they combined for like 15 points.
Yeah.
Yes. Dude, I'm telling you, and I just saw this on Twitter. I thought it was hilarious. The conspiracy theory. Aaron Rodgers comes back to the Packers to ruin the season for the Packers. Tank it.
Because with all that hair, I don't know if he's as effective as when he keeps his shit looking clean.
Brett, Diggs did whatever. Like, what was it? 9 receptions, like
9 for
yards?
69 yards. Yes.
It was whatever, man. It was a basic Diggs game. But again, it's because they were trying to be too cute instead of going to Old Faithful.
Well, let's talk about that Pittsburgh defensive line. I mean,
wait. Before we get started, let's talk about Brett's top 2 running backs in fantasy. They both went down to injury. Gus Edwards and Raheem Mostert. Brett's licking wounds right now, man. Licking wounds.
Yes, Katie, we're the reason the Packers players were horrible. Yes, it's our fault.
I spent my first round pick on Devontae.
He got Stephon Diggs and Tyreek Hill back to back.
Yeah.
But what's that going to do for his running game? He's got nothing. He's got 0.
I went Devontae first round, second round coming back. I picked up Saquon. So it's like,
Jones.
But I got my Jalen Hurts as my quarterback.
Oh, so did I. I got Jalen Hurts also.
Everyone was sleeping on him, man.
Yes, they were, because he had a good game today against the Falcons. He had a really good game against.
He's going to ball out this year.
Yeah.
Well,
just for the record, Josh was 30 of 51 for 270 and a touchdown.
See, like not a horrible game.
Gabriel Davis.
Yeah. Well, Gabe Davis, I knew he's a touchdown machine for the Bills.
Who was I telling about Gabe Davis? Wasn't that you, Scott?
No.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. You know why? Because you kept asking me, should I play Emmanuel Sanders? And I said, Emmanuel Sanders is not.
No. I mean, I know. I didn't
Gabe Davis is a better option than Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay, but I don't have Gabe Davis, so no.
I'm saying, but you should have got Gabe Davis and dropped Emmanuel Sanders.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah, Emmanuel Sanders isn't going to get you the touchdown.
He's not going to get you points.
No, it's going to be Gabe Davis in the end zone.
Gabe
or
Davis
Dawson
is
Knox.
3. Emmanuel
That's
Sanders is an afterthought at this point unless somebody gets injured. So,
what was the stats for Cole? Cole dropped a couple.
Yes, he did.
Easily?
Wide open, too.
Yeah. I think he probably did 50 yards or something, like six receptions maybe. It wasn't crazy.
You know who was a major disappointment for fantasy offense today? The fucking Atlanta Falcons.
Yes.
Kyle Pitts. A lot of people putting Pitts up there, and
Mike Davis.
Mike Davis.
Dude, they went out and got these guys to perform, and in the end, good old Matty Ice fucked everything up again. Okay, Matty Ice needs to fucking leave, dude. He's done. He's been done for a long time now. Why isn't Atlanta moving on from this dude?
They're going down with the shit, man. They're
Aaron
lower.
Rodgers had 2.65 fantasy points. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
And he's my starting quarterback. So yeah, gives you an idea how my day went today.
And he only picked him because I took Adams and and what's his name?
Aaron Jones.
No, because I took Adams and Jones. He didn't want me to have the triple stack with Aaron Rodgers. But thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I should have let you have him.
I got Jalen Hurts instead. Matter of fact, Trevor Lawrence was a better pick than fucking Aaron Rodgers.
My IDP players, 16.5 points. That's what they did today.
From the 10 you played?
From the 3 I played. 3.
That's better than the 2 points that the Tampa defense put up in standard football leagues.
Oh, dude, this one kills me, man. Like
one of the number one defenses, 2 points.
The Bills had such a good first half defensively, and then it was just shit show.
Matthew Stafford has to put up 120 points for me to win against Jamal tonight.
Don't sleep on Staff, man.
Not like that.
Oh God.
They are playing the Bears.
They are playing the Bears. You never know, but still.
Is it in LA?
But you know what?
It's in LA.
But you know what? Matthew Stafford was always successful against the Bears.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
So if anything, he knows that team well enough.
Yes, he does.
But he's not going to put up 120.
He's not going to put up 120 points, no. But you got to build. You got to say he's got to have a good game, so I have something to look forward to next week.
Yes, true.
Because if he doesn't have a good game, you're going to be feeling kind of sad next week when you got Ryan Fitzpatrick injured.
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers playing like Ginger Rodgers.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It would be an unapproachable record, Clark.
All right.
John, who do the Bills have next week?
The Bills?
Miami.
Miami?
Yeah.
Is it in Buffalo or Miami?
I think it's in Miami. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
How'd that game end? Miami lose?
No, they won, man.
Miami won.
They're first place of the AFC East now. Everyone else lost. So
Miami wins by 1 point over the Patriots.
All right. And the Chiefs won.
Yeah. Let's get into that. Browns at Chiefs. John's loving this game because he hates Baker Mayfield and he hates Browns fans.
Somebody hates Baker Mayfield.
No, I don't. I just, dude, listen. Listen. Me and Eliot will agree on this, okay? You all off season, you kept saying on paper. Me and Eliot knew it's only on paper.
Right, and so did I.
And you were saying all about their defense was this, that, and the third. And I get it. It's Kansas City, and Kansas City's got the offenses.
Right.
But still put up 33 points or something, right?
Right.
I mean, that's not stellar defense. Let's just calm down.
But you know what?
This way. Scott,
every defense in the league is going to give up about 30 points to the Chiefs. It doesn't matter who they're playing. With the exception of the Super Bowl, that's going to happen.
Scott,
okay?
If I have ill feelings toward Baker Mayfield, it's your fault.
Yeah, I know.
Because on draft night, you cried like a bitch because they drafted him. And then when the season started, you were his biggest fucking supporter.
I know.
President of his fucking fan club.
I know. Yeah.
And he hadn't even taken a snap yet.
Well, you know what? To the Browns' credit.
And you've been trying to force feed him to us for the last 3 seasons.
Exactly.
Well, Baker did throw for 321 yards today. He had the interception at the last minute in the game.
When it counted.
Nick Chubb was a beast. Kareem Hunt was a touchdown machine.
Didn't Nick Chubb have a fumble or something?
Nick Chubb did have a fumble. Yes, he did.
Good.
He ran for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had a touchdown. The first half, the Chiefs could not stop the Browns offense to save their life. They went into halftime 22-10, leading the game. They were only able to score 1 touchdown in the second half.
And they went and made adjustments in the locker room at halftime.
Right.
That Chiefs out like they did last year.
Yeah, but again, it's only a 4-point loss. I'm not too worried about it. I'm impressed with the offense. It's still the best 2-headed monster in the NFL right now with Chubb and Hunt. Outside the interception, Baker had a good game. He only missed 7 passes today. So I just, it's the Browns, and this is again, John. You made that comment earlier on Twitter. Well, welcome to the reality of Bills football. This is the reality of Browns football. So I mean, it is what it is. I actually did not expect the Browns to go into Kansas City and win this game. I didn't think they'd win it because it's in Arrowhead and it's like the loudest stadium in the freaking NFL.
But you lit a candle and said 3 Hail Marys, hoping that they did.
I was happy for the first 3 quarters of the game. But then again, it was mistakes. I mean, the fumble, the interception, the fumbled punt snap. And those 3 mistakes ended up giving Kansas City the momentum to win the game. If we had not made those mistakes, we probably would have won the game. But
one of the last teams in the NFL you want to ever commit mistakes against is the Kansas
correct.
City Chiefs.
And that's my point.
They will
don't make mistakes against Kansas City because they're gonna burn you in the end and make you pay. Yes,
the more possessions you give them, the more likely they're going to stomp you.
Correct. Especially with the best quarterback in the NFL behind center. So I mean, it is what it is.
Well,
so,
I wouldn't say he's the best, but he's up there.
You think someone else is better? I mean, I know John does, but do you think of someone else better?
I wouldn't say better, but as good.
Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, not today, but
Josh Allen is one. I think Josh Allen could be just as good as Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen doesn't have Travis Kelce though.
True. John wishes he had a tight end. He had tight ends.
Okay,
so it's the Dawson Knox experiment for year 3 again. So it's like,
So I'm just saying,
have that safety valve. Our safety valve is Cole Beasley, and he's this big.
If you give each quarterback the same talent to play with, then you tell me who the better quarterback is.
Well, when you got Kelce and you've got Tyreek Hill on your
side,
yeah,
you could put any quarterback in that offense and probably win.
Not to mention Andy Reid as the head coach,
because he's a quarterback coach too.
Yes.
You see,
that's the quote of the century, Katie, for sure.
So
on paper, we would have won.
Look, Patrick Mahomes is living up to the greatness that he should with the squad he has around him. That's all there is to it.
That touchdown that he had, their first touchdown was pretty amazing because he got forced back almost to the 20-yard line, and then
when he ran it in,
yeah,
dude,
that's that's.
He ran like 50 yards to score a 10-yard touchdown.
Yeah, that's because 51 doesn't know how to play football.
That's called athleticism. That's called
not only that, but 51 on our side doesn't know how to play football. Mac Wilson is just awful. He's awful.
Congratulations.
He hasn't done. Hey, Mac Wilson's not the only one that's had that done to him. Okay.
Right. But you know what? He's shown time after time he is not ready for prime time. He has a great offseason. He has a great preseason.
Are you saying he's another Barcavius Mingo?
Yes.
Without the child molestation stuff?
Correct. Yes. What's funny is Browns fans were calling for Joe AK to cover Kelce. You don't put a rookie in there to cover Kelce. It doesn't. No, it's not going to work. You're gonna get burned.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Philly and Atlanta. What you guys think of that game?
Philly and Atlanta.
Jalen Hurts.
Dude.
Philadelphia with a 32-6 win over the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta.
Can I make a prediction for fantasy football this year?
Sure, go ahead.
Jalen Hurts is the Josh Allen of last year for quarterbacks.
27 of 35, 264 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 7 rushes for 62 yards.
Mm-hmm. And he had
Now-
Devontae Smith catching passes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
right. So, are the Eagles going to be like a powerhouse? No.
No.
They will in the NFC East.
Well, true, yeah. But I mean, just numbers wise for fantasy, Jalen Hurts, I think, is the sleeper Josh Allen this year.
Well, shit, he scored 35.4 points today. Only third to Mahomes and Murray. I mean, the kid's got the talent.
Yep.
The only thing that they were worried about him coming into the season, he only had a 52% completion rate last year. Okay, so they needed him to step up his completion rate.
What did he hit, Scott?
What's that?
What did he hit for completion rate today?
Last year,
35.
52% last year. And how much was he? 27 to 35?
27 to 35 today.
That sounds like
Beautiful.
about 75%.
That's effective.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
75
his QB
compared to
rating was
52
probably
in the
112?
hundreds, triple digits for sure.
yeah, man. Yeah, I just and this is because like we had the draft and I had a bunch of guys that were targeting Justin Herbert and this and that and a third. And all I was doing was I was just like, no one's looking at Jalen. No one's looking at. I got him, I think, in like the 7th or 8th round, and he's going to be that guy next year. I think is going to be one of the top 5 quarterbacks.
The two-dimensional quarterback is the best quarterback to draft. Those guys that can take off running.
Because he's going to give you passing touchdowns, and he's going to give you rushing yards.
Not just that, but he's going to make defenses commit, and then he's going to put the ball over the top.
I like him, man. I like him,
Especially the ones that can throw.
Dude, I picked him up last year as soon as they freaking cut Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
I fucking went and picked up Jalen Hurts for all my teams. And I think the first game he scored like 50-something fantasy points.
Yeah, man. I like him, man. I think he's like, I just got this feeling that he's the sleeper.
He was on my radar, dude. He was on my radar.
Brett asked, is it bad that he almost got as many rushing yards as running back? You know what,
Yeah,
Brett?
man. That's what Josh Allen does.
Miles Sanders is not the answer at running back for Philadelphia.
As a matter of fact,
Singletary is not.
As a matter of fact, you know what?
50 points.
You look at Miles Sanders right now, and I'll tell you this much: by the end of the season, watch out for a kid named Kenneth Gainwell.
He had 9 rushes today for 37 yards and a touchdown. Yes.
Kenneth Gainwell is the guy that's going to wind up surpassing Miles Sanders. He's that good.
Yeah.
The Eagles the only NFC East team that won today.
Yeah, they're all alone in first place.
Yeah, because the Giants lost. And so
Washington lost, and the Cowboys lost.
Washington football team, excuse me. Yes. Giants lost and Washington lost. So, yeah. They're alone in first place. Philadelphia is alone in first place right now.
Whereas the NFC West, if the Rams win tonight, 4-0.
Yep.
Which is still, I think, considered the best division in football.
NFC West, depending on what the Rams do tonight, is stacked.
You think?
Yeah.
They are.
I mean, what Kyler Murray did today.
Dude,
Dude, my son was insufferable. We went to the sports bar so we could I just had to hear him about the Cardinals. Like Chandler Jones got 5 sacks.
5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah, 5 sacks.
I know, sacks by Chandler Jones
I was
today.
gonna say 5. I was about to say 4,
said
but
5.
I changed it into 5. I went 5. Yeah.
He said 5.
5. Yeah, dude. It was like, oh, I'm so excited for football.
He had
This is
3 in the
meanwhile-
first half.
3 in 1 quarter, dude.
Yeah, 3 in 1 quarter.
I know. He's a beast, man. I mean, and that team is. I think that's the team to come out of the NFC West. I think so. They
I think they could easily get one of the wild card spots. Yeah.
They got so many weapons, man. And
Yeah.
even on defense,
Even
that's
AJ
gonna be
Green
a
was a
loaded
legit weapon
division.
today.
That's
That's
gonna
like
be
an
loaded from
afterthought.
top to
The
bottom.
rebirth of AJ Green. There was actually an AJ Green spotting today, man. Come on now.
it's madness, man. It's madness. It's football,
AJ Green
man.
was hiding in that jungle background in Cincinnati for the longest time. But yeah, I mean, and then on the flip side, like I said, Calvin Ridley, Pitts, they all came in with these huge expectations against a supposedly bad Philly defense. And if they did this against a bad Philly defense, I can't wait to see what they're going to do against the really bad defenses. like the Rams
Yeah, Nosy makes a good point. NFC North might not even have a team win today.
Yeah.
Doesn't surprise me. What is it? Detroit, Green Bay,
Minnesota. Chicago's playing the Rams tonight.
And Chicago's playing the Rams, and the Rams are going to beat Chicago.
Yeah.
They're not going to lose the first official game at SoFi Stadium in front of.
Tell you what, Matthew Stafford is about to go off.
He will. Like I said, he knows Chicago. That's the thing, man.
Yeah.
Not yet, Nat, because it's kind of we're here for you, man. We're here to talk about the Lions, just with you. Can I ask you why?
Let's talk about the Lions.
Why did Swift go on when they're trailing by like 20 points, looking like he starts doing this when he gets a touchdown in the third quarter? You guys are down by like 3 scores. What are you talking smack for, kid? Like, why is he doing this to the crowd? Like, relax, buddy.
Oh, wait a second. Isn't it his own crowd?
Yeah.
You usually do this on the road.
Yeah, was it in Detroit?
It was in Detroit. Yes.
He gets a touchdown. He starts doing this.
He's telling his own fans to shut up. That's Detroit Lion logic right there.
Jared Goff is exactly like we knew he would be, right? Awful.
Garbage time
Goff.
Garbage time Goff.
I feel for you, dude. I feel for Browns fans and I feel for Lions fans, man.
Oh, you don't care about Browns fans because they talk so much.
Well, you saw what happened when you guys started trying to buy votes for the top fans, and we won. Yeah. We didn't even talk about that. The best fans in the league.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So you want an online poll? Big freaking deal.
Yeah.
But John and I can truly say Browns and Bills fans are the best fans in the league, bar none.
They're cut from the same cloth.
Correct.
Get a room, guys.
Misery.
They told you that.
That's the cloth they're cut from. Absolute misery. And every time, all of
you guys prove the fact that misery loves company.
Dude, I'm like, I just like, and it wasn't like I wish bad things on Cleveland. I was just like, they've got to lose because we lost.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, now that Buffalo lost, I bet John's praying that Cleveland loses.
Oh, he was talking trash in Discord. He said, "Come on, the Browns got to lose today because the Bills lost.
They have to. Like it's just, and the same with Detroit. Like I want it. I want Detroit. I want Cleveland, and I want Buffalo to
feel misery at the same time.
To have misery at the same time, or to win at the same time. Anyway,
I feel bad for a lot of Justin Jefferson owners out there.
What happened to him I didn't even see. What was his stats? Nothing.
Zip.
Oh,
I don't like Brandon Ayuk, who I
think he got my fantasy team.
Yeah. I wouldn't have drafted Brandon Ayuk though. That's the thing.
Justin Jefferson had 5 receptions for 71 yards today.
That's it. And he's supposed to be like.
Well, and Thielen had 9 for 92 and 2 touchdowns. So Thielen was.
And they were saying Thielen should be taking a step back.
Yeah, no.
Yes, and your Thielen is still outdoing Jefferson. So all of y'all that wasted that second round pick on Justin Jefferson, congratulations, folks.
Shut up, Eliot. No, excuse me. Go fuck yourself, Eliot.
It's
because he didn't do much better than Mike Evans, who supposedly is ass. Okay, supposedly. All right.
Killed.
How about Minnesota and Cincinnati? Speaking of,
yeah, I mean the Bengals come out with a win. Kat left. I'm sorry she did leave, but Kat's our resident Bengal fan.
Ask me who my wide receiver 3 is. Who I drafted.
Who is your wide receiver 3?
Let's see if Eliot knows. Who would be the guy that you knew played with Joe Burrow in college? Because you know how much I love college.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And what did he put up? 101 yards?
120. Actually, yes, 101 yards and a touchdown on 5 receptions.
Dude, him and Devontae Smith. Yeah, put up similar numbers in their first game.
Love it. I'm here.
This
for
is the guy. Jamar Chase is the guy that dropped everything in preseason. No one's
And blamed it on no lines on the football.
correct. Blaine, and we all thought he was going
And if y'all bought that shit hook, line, and sinker, y'all the ones that need help.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard no football player say, "Oh, I can't catch that ball because they ain't got no white lines." What?
Jamal asks, why did the Saints go off on Green Bay like that?
Because Green Bay historically plays like crap in the state of Florida. Did you see what happened last year against Tampa?
Yep.
They got crushed. Okay.
Aaron Rodgers was 15 of 28 for 133 yards and 2 picks today.
Yep. This is the guy that they went all bananas about. Whoa, we can't let you leave. You got
no touchdowns for Aaron Rodgers.
I thought Eliot was just going to bust into a Chris Collinsworth. Here's a guy. Was he horrible on Thursday? Like, Chris
Collinsworth is horrible whether
Thursday?
it's Thursday or Sunday. It doesn't matter.
Dude, it's so bad. So
hey,
bad.
you know what? Just be thankful there's not a team of Joe Buck and Chris Collinsworth.
Pull Chris Collinsworth, put Drew Brees in the booth with Al Michaels.
Al Michaels, you can tolerate Collinsworth just a little bit better than you would if it wasn't Al Michaels.
Right.
Okay. Just like what my sister used to hate, Tim McCarver.
Oh, Tim McCarver was terrible. Oh my God.
Yeah, Jamal, I didn't know I thought it'd be a good game. I didn't know I thought Green Bay would win, but
I did too.
That was
you know what? I honestly thought, and then afterwards I thought about it some more, and I was like, that heat in Florida, they don't feel that shit up in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Here's an interesting stat line. Jameis Winston, as the first start of his Saints career, was 14 of 20 for 148 yards, but
5 touchdowns.
5 touchdowns.
I know it's like
and 37 rushing yards.
Yeah, 5 touchdowns.
He finished.
I guess that's efficient.
He finished QB6.
Mind blowing to me, man.
But yet everybody thought that the result should have been reversed. That Winston was going to choke against that Green Bay defense, but he shredded them motherfuckers, man. Shredded them. He was one of 7 quarterbacks to score 30 or more fantasy points today or this week.
Proof positive LASIK surgery works because he did not throw a pick all day long.
Nope.
This is the guy that threw 30 picks his last year in Tampa.
And he hasn't stolen any crab legs since he got his LASIK surgery either.
Nope.
Why? Because he can see that the tag actually has a price on it. Before he couldn't see the price, so he thought.
Clarky Kamara only had 3 receptions for 8 yards today, one of which was a touchdown. But he had 20 carries for 83 yards on the ground today too. So,
but you know what? Also, that I think Kamara might not be able to put up as much as he does because Jameis Winston was used to playing with a team that had no running backs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And now you've got Alvin Kamara, Tony
He
Jones.
might air it out more than Drew Brees even did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's going to cut into Kamara's touches a little bit. I'm just saying, I don't think Kamara should have been the number 3 pick or 2 pick or whatever, or 4 pick, whatever he was.
Katie, a lot of what Jameis did in Tampa is due to the fact that he was squinting on every pass play. He could not see.
He was Jameis Magoo.
Yes, he was Mr. Magoo in the uniform of Jameis Winston. And I always believe the issues with Jameis was his eyesight because he didn't wear contacts, he didn't wear glasses.
And the proof is his vision was 50-50 because he threw 30 touchdown passes and 30 interceptions.
Correct.
He had a good touchdown eye and a bad interception eye.
Correct.
So, but it's good to see that he's been given an opportunity, and to this point, he wasn't stellar, but
I mean, the 5 touchdown passes.
But he did sit. He did sit behind Drew Brees for a minute too.
Correct.
So he picked up some shit while he was doing that. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it does, Clarky. No, it doesn't correct colorblindness. Just your eyesight.
Yeah. So
Week 1.
Okay, so what other games we got going on here? Let's see. Giants and Broncos.
Giants and the Broncos, Miami and New England. Broncos
Judy's got a high ankle sprain, right?
Who?
Judy.
Yes. There
High
was
ankle sprain.
yes. X-rays are negative on Judy's ankle. That was a nasty play.
I thought he blew his knee out, man.
I thought he blew his knee out. I thought
The
he
way
broke
he
his
bent
ankle.
backwards,
I thought
man.
he broke his ankle.
Melvin Sanders showed up to the game today.
Yeah.
Melvin Gordon playing like he was Barry Sanders.
Yeah, Melvin Gordon playing like he's Barry Sanders. How about Teddy Bridgewater, though, guys? Let's talk about Teddy Bridgewater a second.
I love Teddy.
28 of 36, 264, and 2 touchdowns. Teddy played his friggin' mind out today.
I love Teddy.
Dude, he
There's
outplayed.
no longer Teddy Ruxpin.
Nope.
No.
I mean, this is a guy that bounced around the league ever since his knee injury in Minnesota. He played in Seattle. I'm not Seattle, but New Orleans. And
Played almost everywhere.
yeah.
Okay, so
And
here. Okay.
it was in Carolina last year. Now he's in Denver. And he had a great game. He really did. I love me some Teddy Bridgewater.
Love me some Teddy Bridgewater.
But
Teddy
yet,
B.
but yet nobody drafts him in fantasy.
Never that.
Ooh, be right back.
Just to give you an example how upside down today was. Justin Herbert, QB 12, Ryan Tannehill, QB 9, Baker Mayfield, QB 17. None of those guys finished in the top 10 today. And they were outdone by guys like Jimmy Garoppolo, Mac Jones, Tua, and Carson Wentz. That
Mac
just
Jones had a
doesn't,
decent game with only a loss.
that just doesn't fit right. You know what I'm saying? And if you suffer some fantasy anguish,
Elliot, it's week 1. Elliot, it's week 1.
I'm saying though, if you suffer some fantasy anguish this week, then you'll know that it's week 1. Because that's the week that you have the most anguish in. Why? Because you drafted and you don't know what the fuck your team's gonna do.
Right. Point positive. I lose by 100 points. Brett asks the question, what's with Urban Meyer and his temper and coming unhinged and killing the team's morale? Don't read it. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, Brett. That should be your first number one. That should be your first instruction.
Yeah, and don't
I mean, it's
copy and
not
paste.
true. What the hell?
And don't copy and paste it either.
Exactly. And you know what? Jacksonville is a work in progress. It's right now because the Jaguars have been terrible for years, and Urban Meyer is not going to come into the NFL after being away from coaching for a few years. All of that in college. College coaches historically, with a very few exceptions, like Jimmy Johnson, do not do well in the NFL. They don't.
Nick
just
Saban, hello.
Nick Saban was terrible in the NFL.
Best college coach to probably besides, Bear Bryant maybe and those guys, but
Woody Hayes,
Woody Hayes.
Bo Schembechler,
but
those guys.
Nick Saban is like up there in the Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying?
In college.
In college,
The NFL is a totally different game because you know what? These are grown ass men
that are getting paid money, and you can't tell them
paid
what
money.
to do.
Whereas in college,
You can't curfew them. You can't.
correct.
You can't. Threaten to fucking cancel their scholarship and
Right. Right.
So it's a whole different ballgame. Besides,
Yeah.
if you're a people builder, you should be a college coach
Yes.
because you ain't gonna find no people building in the professional ranks.
Correct. Miami, New England. Good on Tua. He had a good game.
He looks like he's more settled in now.
16 to 27, 202 yards and a touchdown. He did
Yeah, he
pick.
looked good. I can admit it.
I mean, Devontae Parker had 81 yards. Jalen Waddle, the rookie, had 61 yards and a touchdown. Miles Gaskin had 9 carries for 49 yards.
They didn't run much.
Tua ran for a touchdown. He looked really relaxed and comfortable running the offense today. Mac Jones was impressive on his first game as a rookie.
But you know who was also impressive, I believe?
Who?
Zach Wilson.
With the Jets?
Yep. His first game, he outscored Teddy Bridgewater, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Joe Burrow, a whole list of quarterbacks. Zach Wilson, he's got skills. And I think Robert Saleh, as the coach, might be able to harvest those skills and turn them into something that could help the Jets for a change. You know what I'm saying?
Did you see that long touchdown pass that Sam Darnold threw in the first half against the Jets?
Which one?
The first
One to
that
Robbie.
long touchdown pass.
Oh, the Robbie Anderson one? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that pass had some purpose on it.
Yeah, it had "fuck you" written all over it.
That's right.
"Fuck you" Jets written all over it. From both him and Robbie Anderson.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
But Sam Darnold did okay.
24, 35 for 279 and a
I
touchdown.
think that he would.
You know, I mean, look, I think Sam Darnold, he went from the Jets to Christian McCaffrey.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Okay. DJ Moore.
Yep.
You know, he went basically to a team that has a hell of a lot more talent than the Jets ever put around.
Yeah.
And a better head and a better organization all around as well.
Although, like I said, now that
Show.
I think now that Robert Saleh's there, things could change a bit. I hear Woody Johnson's kind of cooling down a bit too. So
if Woody Johnson steps back and allows the GM and the head coach to run the football operations and do what they got to do, I think the Jets organization will be fine. But the Jets organization has been in shambles for decades.
You know, going into this,
Woody's got a little bit of Jerry Jones in him. So,
yes, he does. He's not as public as
no,
Jerry Jones.
no.
He doesn't get out and speak in front of he doesn't hold a press conference after every game like
No.
Jerry Jones does.
I
Okay.
don't know anybody who does.
No owner does other than Jerry Jones.
That's total fucking arrogant.
Yes, but who knows?
you know, many teams went into this season with uncertainty at certain positions, and the Baltimore Ravens weren't one of those teams.
They're having running back issues in Baltimore.
But yet, 3 of their running backs went down.
Yep.
Season-ending injuries, and now they go out and sign.
And they re-signed Le'Veon Bell, right?
They signed Le'Veon Bell to the practice squad.
Oh, Jesus.
And Devontae Freeman, but they did sign Latavius Murray to the 53-man roster. Reports have it that once Murray learns the playbook, he's going to be the number 1 back for the Baltimore Ravens. He's no different than Gus Edwards when it comes to running style and running brutality. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, tomorrow night's game with Vegas, what you guys think? First time Vegas is playing in front of a crowd.
I think Vegas wins that game tomorrow night. At least I hope they do, but I think they win that game tomorrow night. I really do. I think they do.
Okay. It's going to be interesting to see how Lamar Jackson navigates the waters with not a full complement of running backs.
Right.
No decoys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No real decoys to work with. But
Holy cow, the Bears are inside the 20 already. Holy shit.
All right, and before we go, I'd like to go ahead and just commemorate all the stuff that happened yesterday for 9/11.
Yes.
The celebration at Citi Field between the Yankees and the Mets was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And all the
Yesterday was amazing on a lot of fronts as far as celebrations.
Yeah.
I found that the reading of the names in New York City yesterday was very powerful.
Yep.
Yes.
And
every year.
I know the 4 of us remember where we were on 9/11.
Way to work.
I was actually on vacation that week, and that entire week I didn't, except for other suspect. I hardly ever got off the couch because I was just so enthralled with what was going on that entire week. And It's just, I find it very moving, the recollections from yesterday. And if you guys, I don't know if you saw it or not, but the tribute this morning that went across the entire, all stadiums that were playing at 1 o'clock today.
Mhm.
The remembrance today before the games was very emotional. I was brought to tears because
You talking about the one that Steve Buscemi gave?
yes, the narration by Steve Buscemi and the
Yeah, that is
national
amazing.
anthem by the daughter of one of the guys that
Oh
died in
my
it.
God,
Oh
that
my,
had me in tears.
she was just so amazing with that
It was
rendition.
amazing, absolutely amazing.
And I mean, I can't believe it's been 20 years, Ken. I can't believe it. We were still in MSN chat 20 years ago.
Yes, we were.
Um,
I can
and
vaguely remember that day in MSN chat too.
I was on my work to a job that I would never work another day in because it got shut down. It was broadband internet service
Uh,
over the air. And because of all the insecurity of communications and all that, Sprint had to shut that division down
wow.
because nobody was buying anything that was not wireless or that was wireless.
I was holding a 1-month-old Matthew, watching the news,
old.
and I'm going, "What the hell kind of planet did I just bring my son into?"
Right.
So,
We've probably
I
been
was-
saying that ever since too. What kind
literally
of
been
planet did we
saying
bring
that
our
ever
kids
since,
into?
man. And it ain't getting no better.
Nope.
No, it's
That's-
not. No, it's not.
I had watched the Monday night game the night before, and it went late, and I was kind of slept in the next morning, and my brother broke in and says, "You need to turn the TV on." And I turned it on, and just as I did, within seconds, the second plane hit the second tower, and I literally could not believe what I was seeing. And it's still incredible to this day. Later that weekend, the following weekend, I got my certification for advanced open water scuba diving, and the dive master on that trip was from New York City. She's a good friend of mine, and I felt so bad for her that weekend because I knew she was hurting like crazy, because that's her territory and everything. We always talked about New York, and she was a trooper that weekend, and I've never been more proud of anybody in my life as I was for her that weekend. So yeah, it was a week that I won't ever forget.
Don't think
but
any of us will.
let's pray to God that we never have to go through that again.
Right. All right. I'm gonna end this on a happy note, Eliot. Okay. Tomorrow I hit a milestone. Tomorrow is my 55th birthday.
I thought you said you're going to hand it on a happy note.
I know. Why is that happy?
I don't know. It just,
it's just a birthday.
It's just a birthday. It is.
You ain't got that.
Nickel.
You have far more behind you than you do ahead.
I can actually apply to live in one of those retirement communities now that we have in Florida.
Yeah, I've been enjoying that benefit for 5 years now.
Yeah, I know, right?
I need to look into that.
I'm
In
just
5
blessed to
more
be able to
years,
make it.
I'm blanket all over the place, senior.
I'm just blessed to be able to have made it this far, to reach 55. Despite all my health issues that I have, the diabetes and all that, the overweight issues. But I'm very happy to spend my Sundays with the three of you.
Oh, muffin.
Okay.
So tender.
And I'm very proud of the show that we put on, despite the lack of attendance. I don't care. I love coming on this show every week.
We had a good crowd today.
Yeah, we actually reached 10. We actually reached 10 viewers to this week.
You know who's not missing out? Us.
You know what? Just to spend it with you three every Sunday for an hour and a half. I don't care if nobody watches. I love doing this show. And I hope you guys feel the same.
Look,
Absolutely.
if the expectation was attendance, then none of us would be here.
We would have stopped the show a long time ago.
But it's 90 minutes on a Sunday evening that we could all just let loose.
Yes.
I'll be honest with you, Scott. After 40 years in the sports communications business, I had no idea how I was going to pick up and carry on with it. And you gave me the opportunity to do that with this forum, and I will be forever grateful to you. So,
Ken, you and I have been friends for 21 years, man. And I'm glad to have you on the show. Your knowledge and history with sports brings everything to the show. And
Same thing with me, dude.
And I appreciate you being here.
When the fucking bridge burned between me and Jeff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You were my fallback.
I appreciate it.
And I couldn't see anything but because you took the fall with me too. So
yes, I did.
I said, well, you know what? That wasn't fair to either one of us. Let's go rock it somewhere else.
Yep.
And you were kind enough to invite me to hang out with the other
John's not liking all this feel-good stuff.
No, I'm just about to say, Scott, I don't have any warm feelings at all like these two guys just did. You were just stuck with me for the past decade. So, I mean, that's it. There's no story with us. It's like...
You know what, though, John? Without you, the show wouldn't be as great as it was.
But you know what? But
I'm a train wreck.
John has the fortitude of knowing that the reason we don't have any people on this show is probably because of you.
It's me. Yes. It's all me. Yes. It's all me, and my lack of advertising skills.
I'm going to, how many times have we heard this over the years?
Your lack of
I'm going to
advertising.
make a conscious effort to promote this show.
My marketing skills have a lot to be desired.
It's not marketing skills. It's marketing desire, marketing application, putting marketing to work for you.
Stick-to-itiveness.
You want some advertising? Here you go.
Hey, can you fry eggs without a fucking pan?
No.
Okay. Get with the program, dude.
All right. On that note, thank you everybody for showing up tonight. The 10 visitors that did do the show tonight, we thank you.
10? We hit double digits?
We hit double digits. Yes, we did.
Oh, man. Come on, man.
That's without Eliana and
without Eliana and Jen. No Jen, no Eliana.
And we still hit double digits.
Yes, we did.
Man, come on now.
I am the sports nerd. On behalf of my co-hosts, Big E, Eliot Lamba, Ken Koslow, and of course, my really good friend, John G. Olson. We are the sports nerds. We are out until next Sunday. Join us again at 7 p.m. We'll be here. Whether it's 1 or 21, we'll be here. Eliot, play the outro.
Well, there you have it, Nerds Nation. Another Sunday episode of the Sports Nerd Show in the books, and we're actually still live.
Is this a Mexico Drive? No.
Our host, Scott, the Sports Nerd, right? John, Bob, and Ken, the 3 other lovable members of the Red Pack, and yes, me, Big E. The entire pack would once again like to thank you all for participating with us in the best 90 minutes of sports smack talk on the web today. So until next Sunday night, dear nation, we want to leave you with a quick PSA. Please stay safe. Please practice social distancing. And for fuck's sake, please wear a fucking mask. You just got hit with a pack rant from the Rant Pack. And with that, fellas, we are out.